And on this episode of one of the greatest mysteries of our time, we have this from Covered Geekly. Michael Keaton still doesn't understand his Vulture cameo in Sony's Morbius. No idea. I don't think anyone has any idea what the hell was going on with that scene. Let's just take a look at it really quickly, okay? So at the end of No Way Home, everyone that knew that Peter Parker was Spider-Man got transported back to their own universe. But this Vulture in the Tom Holland universe, who knew that this Peter Parker was Spider-Man, got transported to the Morbius universe, which many have speculated that it might be the Andrew Garfield one. And then after he gets transported to that universe, he somehow then has access to his flight suit that was only in the Tom Holland universe, and then somehow knew that Spider-Man was the reason why he got transported there, and decided, I'm gonna meet up with this random dude to team up. It is one of the most confusing after-credit scenes I have ever seen. It's never gonna be explained, because it was such a bad movie, and it was such a weird move, and even Michael Keaton doesn't really seem like he has any idea what was going on with that. Michael Keaton had this to say about the scene. No idea, none, zero. And even they couldn't quite explain it. That is not a good sign. Just imagine for a second if you're Sony. You are a billion-dollar company. You have been around for decades. You have been making hundreds of millions of dollars for all these years. And now is when you guys have absolutely no idea what you're doing? I understand that they're not exactly Marvel. They're their own substation of Marvel. I get that, though. But you still have to have a plan here. You still have to have a way for these characters to intertwine with each other and then ultimately put them in the MCU for some kind of big team battle and something like that, or some world-ending stakes. So you have to be in contact with these people, right? And even if you're not, why would you write this kind of an ending? I mean, having Michael Keaton in the trailer of Morbius at least made a little bit more sense. Because you could say, oh, well, Morbius is just part of the Tom Holland universe, which, obviously, if that's the Spider-Man you're going with, that makes the most sense to do. But why transport him somewhere else in a different universe, and then some reason give him his flight suit, and then have him meet Morbius? At this time, though, Michael Morbius really wasn't that big of a character. In the movie, though, it wasn't like he was a super well-known person in that universe. He was just a doctor that became a vampire, and not many people knew that he was a vampire. He was just behind the scenes doing vampire things. So how would the Vulture even first know who Morbius is and how to contact him? And from what I gathered after watching Spider-Man Homecoming, I thought the Vulture was kind of reformed. That he wasn't going to be a villain anymore. I didn't think he was out for revenge or anything like that. I never really got that scene from when he was talking to the Scorpion, that he was going to dedicate his life to killing Spider-Man. I almost feel like he was reformed at that point and was going to go on a better pathway. Maybe, if anything, come back to help Spider-Man in a future movie. I think that would be kind of interesting and fun to see, but I didn't think that, I'm going to go assemble a gang of supervillains and go kill Spider-Man. I don't know. Did anyone else get that vibe that the Vulture was an evil guy at this point? I don't know. Keaton also added, but it was complicated because, they're always looking down the road, he said. Here's how it's going to work. Here's what's going to happen here. And I go, okay, I'm in. Let's just try it. I don't think they said anything convincing to him at all. I think they said, okay, Michael, we're going to give you a ton of money, and you're going to do the scene and the lines that we provide for you, and that's about it. I don't think that Michael Keaton really had a lot of creative control with this cameo in Morbius at all. I think they just said, okay, we're going to sign you for a couple movie deal, and you're going to get paid, and that's it, though, right? I think that's how Hollywood works these days. Keaton has suggested that the decision was made to hint at something down the road for his character in the Sony Spider-Man universe. Duh. Obviously, it's hinting at something down the road. However, this tease hasn't materialized, as Vulture hasn't made an appearance in the SSU since. Yeah, I don't really see him coming back anytime soon. I think right now, Disney and Sony are in such a state of disarray right now that they don't know what to do. I don't think they even remember why they made money in the first place and why these characters resonated with so many people throughout history. Right now, they're saying, okay, we're just going to make it as diverse and inclusive as humanly possible. We're going to cram this thing with as many bad jokes as we possibly can. We don't know what's going to happen. We're just going to scrape the bottom of the barrel and bring in all these heroes that no one has ever heard of or has ever cared about throughout history, give them starring roles, and just hope that people fall in love with them. And that is why Marvel and Sony are failing right now. And any Spider-Man movie coming out of the pipeline for either of these companies, it's not going to be good. I like Spider-Man Homecoming. I thought it was a great Spider-Man movie. I would not say it's better than Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire, but I would say it was a very, very good introduction to the Tom Holland Spider-Man. Far From Home, absolutely hated it. Thought it was such a stupid idea, such a ridiculous concept by Mysterio. Again, why would they think this was a good idea, though? This is kind of what started all the Marvel movies turning into shit right after Endgame. It's like, all right, cool. We're going to have a Spider-Man movie. Mysterio's going to be the main guy, and he wants to become one of the next Avengers by creating an Avengers-level threat that's fake. So what's going to happen when an Avengers-level threat happens? You're just going to pop out the drones to save the day? His whole plan was stupid. Jake Gyllenhaal did a fantastic job, but I think the suit looked perfect. I love the CGI and the action. It was a very great action-packed movie, but just like logically. And I would say then No Way Home, it was an okay movie. I would say what made it so great, though, was because we got to see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, and we got to see them team up, and we got to see all the old villains back, and Dr. Octopus was back, and Norman Osborn was back, so it was a lot of nostalgia bait. I think it was a fantastic movie for me, though, because I saw the originals in theaters. But if I was to put it on the list of actual good movies, no, I would say Homecoming was still a better movie. So in the end, I don't really see anything coming out of this. I would like to see some kind of a villain team up, but again, I don't think Morbius is a villain at this point, though. I don't think they remotely made this guy a bad guy at all, and like I said, I thought the Vulture was kind of reformed at the end of the movie, so why would he be a bad guy? So I don't really see anything coming out of this. I think it's just a really cool idea they had on paper, and they said, okay, cool, we're just gonna figure it out down the road. And now we're at the point of down the road, and they still have no answers for it. What do you guys think about that? Are we going to see a Morbius and Vulture team up? Are they going to be bad guys? Are they going to try to help Spider-Man? Is Venom going to be involved or something like that, though? Let me know what you guys think about that.